Today we're zoning in on food, we're zoning in on fat, and for years we were led to believe fat's the devil. You shouldn't have it. You know, remember the craze? You want to eat no fat, very low fat. Our guru back with us, Mark McDonald, author of the book, Body Confidence. He walked us through the 8 weeks. So, is fat the devil or not?
It's not the devil.
The horns, no?
You know, philosophical, we think that, okay, the less fat you take in means you won't store fat. Totally opposite. You need fat to burn fat. So you need to take in fat. It's not the devil at all.
How does that work? Because that was it. It was
yeah.
like, if I don't bring any fat in, there will be no more fat on my body, and slowly but surely the fat will melt away.
Well, there's only 6 essential nutrients in your body, and 3 of them provide calories: protein, carbs, and fat. So when you don't take in fat, your body freaks out and it holds on to it. So you need fat. Now you just have to understand what are the better fats, what are some fats you might want to avoid, and take it from there.
Okay. So again, we were bamboozled.
Totally bamboozled.
Okay.
We were taught that you take the fat out, you add the carbs, you bring the chemicals in, you go fat-free, and you're going to have the body that you want. But what we're seeing is decades later that we're the heaviest we've ever been. By 2020, 75% of the adult American population will be overweight or obese. So we have to start understanding you got to bring fat back in.
Okay. Low-fat, non-fat didn't work. So if we have fat in our diets, you know, you look at a label, you see saturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, mono, trans fat. What do you want in there? What's good and what's not?
Well, the first thing is trans fats. That might be called the devil. Okay. That's a fake fat, like a fake sugar, so you want to avoid the trans fats. When you look at saturated fat, that comes from animals, so like beef, butter, cheese. Your best fats are monosaturated fats.
You want a little saturated or no?
You can. You can have it in moderation.
Little bit.
Everything in moderation. Okay? Eat it in threes. A little bit of protein, fat, carbs, but saturated fat in moderation is fine. Your best fats are going to be avocado, olive oil, raw nuts. Those are monosaturated fats.
Okay. And how much of that do you have? So, I mean, is it just to have it at my desk at work, just a pack of nuts, and I'm just munching on those all day? Is that all right?
You got to eat throughout the day. We eat it in threes every 3 hours. So, men, you want to do like a big thumb of fat. So you could do like a handful of nuts. Ladies, they want to do maybe like a little thumb of fat per meal. So maybe it's like a little slice of avocado, quarter of an avocado, a teaspoon of olive oil, and your dressing with some balsamic vinegar on your salad. Things like that you can do, but it's all about moderation. So if you want to have a filet mignon, you can have it. We were taught for years that saturated fat was the devil.
Yep.
It's not the devil. If you have too much saturated fat, if you have too many carbohydrates, then of course that's not going to be the best for you. But if you do it all in moderation, your body's going to release stored fat, you're going to keep your blood sugar balanced, you're going to reduce the risk of diabetes, heart disease, and you're going to get the body you want.
So if you're looking at a label, you want mono unsaturated fat. That's something a little more on the healthy side.
You want to first look at that. For females, they should get about 7 to 8 grams of fat per meal. That's what they're looking for. So when they look at that label, they want to make sure they're getting about 7 to 8 grams. Men, about 12 grams of fat per meal. Then you want monosaturated fat is going to be your best. You want no trans fat, and the less saturated fat you have, the better. Typically about less than 15 grams a day of saturated fat would be your best choice.
Okay, so let's hit on some dairy choices that people make. People go to the store, what kind of milk do I get? Do I get the old school homogenized vitamin D? Do I go low fat, 2%, 1%? Or a lot of people, I still drink the skim, non-fat. What's the best option?
So when you look at dairy and when you just look at anything fat-free, typically what happens, you take the fat out, which means it's more processed, more chemicals are added, more sugars added, which actually there's going to be more carbohydrates, so you take away the balance on that. Low-fat dairy is your best. When you do whole milk or whole yogurt, what ends up happening is you get a little too much fat in that, so low-fat would be your best choice. It's a little processed, but it's a good mix. But avoid the fat-free.
So low-fat with both the yogurt and the milk, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff there. You know, we started with non-fat, low-fat. Let's just bring it home with what we were taught for so long. We'll let Mark rebut all of that, and we'll wrap things up. Here's a commercial that was trying to teach us something way back.
What kind of dressing on your salad?
Oh,
How about blue cheese?
Oh, what? We're not doing that fat-free thing anymore?
Yeah, we are. It's a new craft-free flavor. Fat-free, cholesterol-free.
Uh-huh. What's that going to taste like? Blue cheese.
New Kraft-free blue cheese flavored non-fat dressing. Fat-free, cholesterol-free, but feel free to love the taste.
I remember those days when along the salad dressing aisle, free across the board. We're free from fat, Mark.
We're bamboozled.
Yes, we are.
More chemicals. What you do is you take the fat out, you add more chemicals, and this is why we're struggling in society. We have to wonder why child obesity is up. Why are adults struggling? It's because we thought eating less fat is good for us. No, you need fat to lose fat. So make sure you get some in.
There you go. We've cut the horns off the fat devil. Not as bad as we thought. Good stuff. Thank you, my friend. All right.